2, 1.
Excellent. Welcome again to the next interview as part of the Missouri Writers Guild conference here in 2012. Today, right now, we are sitting down with Paul Lesko, who is an IP attorney, which means that we all covet everything in his knowledge. He manages the intellectual property group at Simons, Browder, Janarius, Angelides, and Barnard.
Actually, the Simmons firm. Just a short name.
The Simmons firm.
There you go.
That's so much easier to say. I prefer that. Anyway, he's actually a local. He's from Alton, Illinois, so we're excited to have him here. And welcome, Paul. So we're excited to hear about IP.
And Paul, you just did a session where you had a lot of people asking you some of the same questions I'm going to be asking you, because everyone wants to know the same kinds of things. And we were talking about what were some of those, oh no, I'm doing that moments. Can you tell us a few that came up in that meeting?
Yeah, it's really funny whenever you talk to writers or artists of any type. The general questions they always have are, how much of someone else's work can I use and get away with it? And so when you're talking to writers, it's how many words in a song lyric can I use, or how much do I have to change a paragraph? Can I change 7 words, 8 words, and that's fair use? Well, it's the typical lawyer answer. It depends, because most times if you start with somebody else's work and you're using any of it, you're probably committing copyright infringement. And so, especially when it comes to song lyrics, there's some misinformation on the internet saying that if you only use 7 words or 8 words of song lyrics, you don't need permission, and it's not going to be copyright infringement. That's not correct. I mean, it's if you're taking the essence of somebody else's work, and especially with modern day song lyrics, where the chorus may only be 3 words, if you use all 3 words in a song, you could be using the whole essence of the other person's work, and you'd be committing copyright infringement. So, while I love giving these sessions, I think it scares a lot of the writers that are there and probably frustrates them, because most times I answer, it depends, but if you want to be safe, do it all, start all over. Don't look at anybody else's work, just create it all yourself.
So you're saying that even if you credit them, like say you use the title of a song and you say by Radiohead or whatever, even if you credit them, can you get by with that? I mean, is that still?
Does crediting still work even in say music?
It depends.
We didn't get by that one either.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about nonfiction and talking about, you might get a little more leeway when you're talking about nonfiction. Here's this concert, here's the songs that they said, and during these words this event happened. I mean, you probably get a lot more leeway there. But if you have fiction and you use a lot of the lyrics and you say, but it's this person who's saying it, you still need that person's permission, because basically what's unique about writing and most of the arts is you can hijack somebody else's works without them knowing about it. So let's say you would take somebody else's work and put it in another work that they don't want, like taking hardcore gangster rap and putting it in a children's book, or vice versa. You may actually be hurting the market for the other person saying. So because there's the chance of hijacking somebody else's work, just copying a little bit, it could lead into trouble.
So I know, sometimes in journalism, they say that truth is the defense. As far as public figures, especially. Right. Does this apply in fiction?
It comes to that's more of like a defamation or a libel type standard, where truth is an absolute defense. To get that into the copyright context is you cannot copyright facts. If there are facts that are out there, you cannot remove facts from the public domain. So the fact that Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon, that sentence right there has probably appeared in numerous works, and you can't copyright that because that's facts, and there's no other way to portray that. So facts are good. Now on the flip side though, fake facts can be copyrighted, and that's commonly how phone books protect themselves. So phone books, are really just collections of facts. It's just a bunch of names and phone numbers. So the way phone books protect themselves is they put a bunch of fake names and fake phone numbers in there. So if somebody else copies them, they say, no, you copied our original work because we have fake names and numbers in there. Wow. So fake facts can be copyrighted. Real facts, though, cannot be removed from the public domain.
Now, does this also fall under pictures as well? So, say I want to use an image or something, can I cite it and use the image, or is it because the image is copyrighted, I can't see it?
It's the same thing with images.
The same thing.
If you're using anybody else's
stories and music.
Right. If you're using anybody else's images, you're committing copyright infringement. I mean, there's some implied licenses that, like with Facebook, if one of your friends is sharing a picture and you want to share their, picture with other people, there's kind of I mean, technically you are committing copyright infringement, but when it comes to stuff like that, it's, an implied license. I mean, really, copyright infringement occurs anytime you copy anybody else's work. And I do a lot of work with trading cards, and what people commonly do with trading cards is they sell them on eBay. So in order to do that, they take the trading card, they put it on their scanner, they make a copy of it, and then they post it on eBay for sale. Technically, they're copyright infringers. As soon as they put that baseball card down on their scanner and copy it, they've committed copyright infringement because they now have a copy on their computer monitor.
So how bad is that?
It's you could be liable for up to $30,000 or for that
per
type of
image
infringement.
or
That's
like
per registration.